And I'm going to check out that book about the crown of believers because that wearing a hat during intimacy is a new one. I've heard some other strange things like there needs to be a sheet in between. You have
Yeah.
to face you can't face the Kaaba, and a lot of these again are cultural, um, like etiquettes and stuff that then
Yeah.
people think it's religious. So yeah, sorry. And then if you don't mind asking the second part of the question
Yeah, no,
about benefit.
absolutely. I mean, I absolutely appreciate that everything that you just had to say. And, just as a sort of digression as well to add on to the whole intimacy thing, my friends and I used to make jokes amongst ourselves that the reason why these people in particular, the ones who are proliferating this message of you must have a hat on during intimacy or a sheet, or you can't even look at your wife naked and that stuff, that we used to say like, yeah, that's exactly the reason why these people are cranky the whole time, because they don't even have basic intimacy with their own spouses, so they're taking all that frustration out on people such as us. We used to have a laugh saying things like that, but there may be an element of truth to it. Anyway, so coming back to the second part of your question, that what is the main takeaway I'd like people to get from this podcast, be they Muslim or otherwise. I think it would be this: that Muslims are a diverse group of people. We've got our weaknesses, we've got our strengths. Islam is not a monolith. I think that's something we've also touched on during this episode. Islam has got many different ways of being practiced. And we're not talking about the belief. We all believe that God is one. We all believe in the finality of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now, beyond those things, beyond believing even that the prayers are compulsory 5 times a day, about combining prayers, whether you're traveling or not, whether you're sick or not, and things such as gender relations. These are things which are culturally sensitive, if you will, and these are things that will be updated with the day and age. I just wanted to highlight that with my podcast. So I guess it's the same thing being highlighted to Muslims and non-Muslims, but I guess to Muslims, it would be to showcase that perhaps your way of doing things is not the only way. And I'm not saying my way is better. I'm saying it is an equally valid way of going about the same thing and reaching the same direction or same destination by the grace of God. And for non-Muslims, it's showing that whatever conception you've had of Muslims based on your interactions, be they positive or negative in the past, or whatever interaction maybe you'll have with them in the future, just because you've seen one of them doesn't mean you've seen all of them. And I'd like to show you the part of Muslims that you may not have seen before. I hope that makes sense.
Beautifully said, mashallah. Brilliantly said, mashallah.